Welcome to That He Is 1 Billion reaction series, self-developmental channel. This is me. I'm super happy and grateful that you're here today. And of course, you're here to be able to see the real Sugar Honey Ass tea that's about to go down. Now, what you're getting ready to see right now is from the Fresh and Fit podcast. I have not watched this episode yet, but this is basically about what we need to do as in preparation now in 2023, as in what we need to do right now as men and as women. Because everything that's going on right now, from currency dropping down to 97%, as in 97% since original, so it's worth 3% of what it used to be, towards now documents leaking and etc. There's a lot of different things that's happening. There's a lot of different uncertainties that's happening as well. So it's very imperative and important for us to be able to see what we get into and what we need to be able to do right now together as a community. So before we start, just know in advance to put in your mind as you listen to this what is one thing that I've learned and one thing I like, because there's no point of watching a video like we're in school and we're not really paying attention and we just lose interest and just feel boring. What's one thing that you learn, one thing that you like? What's that one thing that you learn? How can you apply it into your life? Now, one thing that you do like, what's the reason why you like it? Why do you relate towards it? And I'm more than happy and willing to be able to respond towards it within the comments below. So if you like it, go ahead, comment below. Like if you want to support this channel and help it grow. And send this towards someone that you feel that needs to hear this message. Clip it or whatever portion that you want to see, but this is just what it needs to be. So from no further ado, let's go ahead and add them on. And just a disclaimer, just to let y'all know right now, I did not pay for YouTube, as in what I mean, as in these ads. If it pop up, of course I'm gonna mute the ad, I'm just gonna let it go. You know, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So we're not gonna be paying them like that or anything of that sort. So let me go ahead and add them on here. And so we can go ahead and get started. And here we go.
Stop making fucking excuses. All right. No one cares, and this sounds terrible, but someone passes away in your family, you're sad, you're depressed, whatever it is, the reality is no one gives a fuck about your excuses, guys. They'll never tell you that, but they don't care, because the only thing in the world that matters is your results. No one cares how you get your results or whatever else like that, or what you had to overcome to do it. But in general, no one gives a fuck unless you're successful. Then they care about your excuses. Okay?
This video barely started and he's already right. The thing is, and the reality is this, and I say this before, I don't say it out broadly, but if someone does ask, I do say towards what it is, and it's not even personal, just what it is. As in, if someone died, whatever, within your family, that's a big thing, whatever, and it's, of course, take that time out for that. But you have to understand that there are people who's working against you. That is somebody who's trying to outgrind you, is trying to take the resources that you have every single day. As in, especially for a man, if you're a woman, I want you to see this as in towards a perspective of how the man world is. This isn't a matter of opinion. This is based off of just what it is. So based off of what your feelings are, irrelevant. So just see towards how this is on this perspective. So this is what it is. As in, as a man, everything is a competition. Everything is a battle of resources. And for a man who doesn't recognize that, is the person who's going to lose more than likely. And what I mean by that is this: for a woman, a man is competing for resources, a man is competing for the job, a man is competing for just to be able to look and be his physical best, a man's competing for. Everything is a competition, but everything is a scavenging hunt for resources. It's about becoming the best that we can be, because we understand that without resources, without the ability to provide, without these type of things, we don't bring real value such as that sort. As in, I have watched a few episodes, Fresh and Fit. Definitely has some very educational things for both men and women, which is a very good thing. Oftentimes, people get into their feelings, and that's the reason why they disregard the whole message and they be focused on reacting to the message instead of listening to respond and to be able to learn and be educated. Because the truth is going to come out one way or another. It can come from you or it can come from the other person. Based off of what your intentions are in the first place is going to determine the result on what happens. So this is just 41 seconds into it, but this is already true. Let me go ahead and let them continue.
Overcame. Notice how excuses never matter, though. Excuses only matter after you've circumvented them and became who you needed to become, and then you could go back and address your potential excuses that you had. But excuses in itself don't fucking exist, guys, when it comes to being successful. People only care about your results. Simple as that, all right? Like the video, by the way, because fucking that whole ninja segment there has been a while.
Bro, talk
It's been a
about
few months.
ball shattering and cardio for fresh.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm in shape now, though. You feel me? I lost 30 pounds, dog. Come on, man. Come in some slack.
I give you a down to Marco for that one, man.
Yeah, man. And look, you know what's funny? I love
Now, I love those buttons. I don't know how they do that, but I'm just letting you know. If you're watching this right now and you know how they be doing these sound effects, man, drop down in the comments, hit me through my Instagram, that he is 1 billion. DM me. You're a lifesaver. I'm telling you. Thank you in advance because I have no idea how that works at all, but that's pretty amazing. And I definitely need to have that on this channel.
bigger on the screen. I'm not really that big, guys. Like, I'm not. The jacket.
Wait, pause.
I'm not. I'm scared as fuck, bro.
Pause.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Anyway, all right. So I'm actually going to hit the gym right now, guys, after we finish this last one. So no excuses, damn it.
let's do it.
All right. So last one here, guys. And this is going to be the
You got it.
fresh. Yeah. Oh, you want me to read it? Okay, I got it.
All
Spending money you don't have.
Oh, shit.
That's the number one reason you motherfuckers are broke, goddamn it. We're going to have to break this one down to another degree because it goes way beyond spending money you don't have, guys.
And before you even get into that, I just want to make sure to make this clear. So me right now, I'm currently a college student. I'm getting ready to graduate soon. And I tell you one thing, and the main reason why college students are broke isn't not just because most of us not working, etc. But it's because when they be getting refund checks, they never got this amount of money before in their life. Like there's freshmen that I know that got refund checks of like $3, $4, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. What? Like you having people who's getting paid a lot of money. It's someone I know that they even get like 10 grand back. Granted, they have scholarships, but I'm just letting you know. If you don't teach money management of any sort and you get a lump sum of money, what you think is going to happen? You have a generation now, especially who don't have no financial anything that's good other than spend, spend, spend. So it makes completely no sense what they're about to get into right now. Because especially here in college, I'm telling you right now that a lot of people who's getting refund checks, etc., who even have jobs, whatever, are broke the next minute. And it's not even oftentimes because of college. And like, trust me, it has plenty to do with it. But it's just simply because of money management, knowing what to do with it, other than just buying random stuff, buying food and paying for stuff you just need to live. So it's real stuff out there. I can keep on going into that, but I want to hear what Fresh and Fit got to say.
All right. Fresh, you want to take this one away first? Look at that. He came from the strip club.
Shout out to Booty Trap.
Yeah.
All right, man. So this is one of my.
You still carry cash? LOL. What is it? 1987, bro?
No.
Stupid.
So this is one of my things that haunted me for a while, right? And my mom would always tell me, like, Walter, you always have a spending money before you get it. And it's funny because I'll do that every single time and I'll always be broke. So growing up, right, my family would give me money. I would get it and spend it without any care because I didn't work for it, right? So having that example of, money discipline, I didn't really partake in. So let's say, right, I made $1,000 at work. Before I even got the money, I plan to buy shoes. I plan to go out to party. I plan to maybe even go shopping. But the point is that before I even got the money, I plan to spend it.
Right.
And what happened is my expenses also showed up on my payments to be made. So let's say I had $1,000 and I want to buy shoes, maybe $300. I want to go and party, maybe $200. And then my expenses are the rest of the money. So before I even finish the month, my money's already spent. However, what I should have done is budgeted my money and said, okay, cool. I have this $100 and that's it. And then all the rest is considered towards savings and expenses. So having a budget and knowing what you're going to plan for in the future helps you move forward. Now, obviously speaking, of course, you got to have a plan to follow. So for example, let's say your goal is to have, 10K saved up to invest into real estate. Cool. You have a limited amount of money coming in every month. How do you budget to make it work? Either you have to hold back or sacrifice going out a couple of times or buying certain things, and then secondly, okay, I can keep my sanity. I'll have some fun with this small amount of money. So at the beginning,
Right.
you have to sacrifice no matter what you do. Poor or rich, you got to sacrifice at some point. At that point, regarding your budget, make sure that you allocate money for savings. Also,
And what he's saying about sacrifice is this: understand this simple concept. If you don't sacrifice for what you want will be sacrificed. I say it again. If you do not sacrifice for what you want will be sacrificed. It won't wait on nobody. Just what you want, it's going to be sacrificed and it's going to be given to somebody else.
as well for your future to move forward. So regarding people that spend money that they don't have, I did it as well. And the number one culprit is credit cards and loans. So people will actually take out a loan to buy a liability. I did it too as well. You know, perfect example, very dumb one. I took a personal loan to buy a motorcycle. Stupid.
You stupid.
Right? I know, stupid.
Yeah, me too.
Very
stupid.
Very stupid. But guess what? I wanted it so bad, I was going to do whatever it took to get it. And in my head, I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll get the loan, get a motorcycle, but I'll just pay it off, quickly. Didn't happen. Took a while for me to pay it off because, obviously speaking, I was broke. I was spending money before I even got it. And I was carrying into my food, my habits daily, and also my major expenses. However, I learned very quickly after that, because being broke is not fun at all, and it's very depressing and taxing on your emotional awareness as well. I learned that if I don't control my money and my spending habits, how am I going to handle a big amount of money? And as a result, it took time and a little experience and some bad choices. But now, when I get money, my expenses are so low that even if I spend money like how I do right now, it has no effect on me at all. So, for example, let's say, I'm making. No, I'm not gonna say that. But let's say, for example, I'm making money, right? My expenses are maybe 1/10 of what I make. So my rent is super low. I don't really spend money out like that. I get pretty much like free tables, comp food. So my lifestyle is pretty much like set in that way that I can do things without paying the money. Now, as a result, the money I do get, I can put into marketing, advancing the podcast. Even my dress, and helps with networking, helps with the business. So the money I do get, I put back into the business in different ways, and as a result, you make more. The point here, guys, is that like when you make money from your job or from your businesses or whatever, make sure you don't spend it before you get it. Meaning, put it towards things that actually matter, not things that don't matter. So there you go.
And guys,
That was very simple, honestly. He made a very extended version of that, but he's just really just saying basically what he just finished it off saying. Just manage your money right. You don't have to be a financial guru to put your money in the right place. You're making $2,000 a month, and all your expenses add up to be after you pay. Let's say that you still live with your parents or whatever, or let's say you got like a $700, $800 condo, or a little spot studio, whatever, the smallest one out there. $800 for that, plus all your other expenses. Let's say you spend like $1,200, and you have about that little extra left. So this including food, whatever. What are you going to be doing with the extra money, and how can you multiply that money to more money? Because of course that isn't really enough to be stacking back unless you're trying to stay there for a while. So what can you do to be able to expand your income towards that? And that's basically what he's saying, though. It's just about being management, not being stupid. With credit cards, they can be a very good asset if you use them in the right way. Don't be dumb with it. If you don't have it, don't spend it on your credit card, because at the end of the day, if you don't got it, just because you spend it on somebody else's card does not mean that you have the money. Like you just saying, oh, I can pay it off a little bit by a little bit. No, because that interest is going to get you. They're going to keep on adding more money on it. You're always going to be paying back more. And if you don't, now you got messed up credit. Look, you played yourself. Wow. And yeah, you're not looking so very bright, smart anymore, aren't you? So it is what it is. Well, let's go ahead and let him finish.
do me a favor, like the video, man, on YouTube. Also like it on Facebook too. Hell,
You heard him. Like the video.
we got a bunch of y'all on Facebook and on YouTube right now. So like the goddamn video. I'll read these. Actually, I can read the chats after. So typically, guys, being broke, having financial problems in general, comes down to one thing: you spend more than you make. That's basically the root of all financial issues come from spending more than you make.
Right.
So, and typically this is either one or a combination of these two things here. You spend too much and you don't save, which obviously is what we just said, or B, you don't earn enough.
Bam.
That's another big one that people don't understand. A lot of you guys say you're broke, whatever, you don't have money, but you fucking are home 7 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 20 hours a day.
Very
You
true.
know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And the thing is this, if you're a young, able-bodied guy, you should never be fucking home. You know what I'm saying? You should be, or if you are home, you should be fucking working. You know what I'm saying? If you work from home or whatever it is with your online business, whatever you do. But the point is that as a young, healthy man living in the United States, we talked about this in detail with our boy Brandon Carter, you have no fucking excuse to be broke.
I'm so serious. He is so right. And I take definitely accountability for that because I can definitely be doing more. And heck, soon I definitely have to be because I'm about to graduate. But it's so true. There's so many excuses that I hear for a lot of different things. Like even while I'm here, I'm not actually working, but I have sources of income that I do. It's not, of course, to the point where I need it to be though. And of course, I'm still going to be getting outside job here or whatever there, and expanding my income and knowledge. Knowledge. That's how you expand your income and by network. But these things are seriously imperative, man. I'm just like, there's nothing worse than being broke. It is the worst feeling in the damn world. I mean, like a lot of, I'm assuming that you probably done have the feeling before, but I don't hate anything. I don't use the word hate, but I hate being broke with a passion. It's depressing. It's not fun. I would rather a lot of other things than to be broke. Broke ain't one of them. Oh no, that's against my character. So, that's against. We're in America out of all places, and for us to be broke here, if you young, you handsome like me, and you basically have the ability to be able to do things, it isn't no reason for you to be just sitting around doing nothing. Like nothing. I'm like, dog. Even with inflation, even with all the stuff out there. Excuse me, y'all. Ugh. I've been working because I'm keep on yawning and it's late. But I'm doing this because this is needed, and y'all need to see this. And it's just important for you to be able just to say, like, dang, I'm sitting down on the couch playing my video games, doing this, and damn to the damn or whatever that you're doing. Excuse my French, but it's the dang truth. And really, just from this, it's just about, dog, when you going to take accountability, man and woman, when you going to take accountability for doing what you need to do. You need to prioritize what's really important. Men and women priorities are completely different, but I'm going to speak more so upon man because guess what? I'm a man. So just from that, I can speak towards the dudes. You need to be doing something. I don't care what it is. Dude, if you're delivering pieces, if you cutting grass, I done cut grass before. I done did a lot of different odd jobs. I done changed at an oil place. I done pressure washed. I done did a lot of strange or odd jobs, whatever. And with those type of jobs, man, it don't matter what you're doing because at the end of the day, I tell you like this: at the end of the race, or when you first cross that the finish line, they're not gonna care on how you cross that finish line. They're just gonna care that you finished. That's just what it is. And you can infer towards who they are, but I'm just telling you what it is. As you need to get it by any means. Of course, I'm not advertising nothing illegal, but this is just what I'm saying, dog. Like you can't be out here and just sit around and do nothing. That's now as someone that y'all probably all know once said, haram. It's around for you to be doing nothing and to be here blessed on every single day, breathing this great, especially American air if you here, and for you not to be doing nothing. Just laying down on your bed, getting fat, watching videos, or how the English people say it across the pond, wanking off to doing BS type of stuff. Like this stuff is some bull. Don't be doing that. We got stuff to be able to do. We have a literal society, a great American country that's declining right now from a lack of men, a lack of morals, a lack of a lot of everything. And it's going to take us to be able to reverse this and to be able to be that dominant masculine figure. If you want to be respected in your household, if you want to become the man that you want to be, that man with muscles, that man who has influence, respect, power, etc., these are the things you have to do. And you need to know that you have to do what's uncomfortable for you to become impeccable. Because to be impeccable, you need to become incredible. And incredible is just honestly just being above average. And that's not really hard. Most people don't go to the gym. Over 50% of the American population are obese. 1 in 3 women are antidepressants. Like it's so many different stats we can go through. It's so many things. It doesn't take much to be able to become above the average. And you can talk about how, oh well, I got this problem or that, or no, your problem is that you have that mindset that you can't change. You have that mindset because of what you came from or what you've been doing. It's the reason why you can't change. No, you can't change because you decided you can't change. And just like Ford himself said, the creator of the Ford Motor Company, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right either way. So suck it up and get over it because nobody cares about your feelings. It's just what it is. If your mom ain't going to tell you, if your dad ain't going to tell you, over 70% of households out of wedlock in my community and other ones to an extent. So probably don't got one of those, but it's the truth, and that's probably why you're in the situation that you are now. I don't even if you're getting money from your mama, even if you in a decent situation, you need to realize that the situation that we're in as a country isn't a great one. If you're thinking that the people that's running this country have you best in interest, you got another problem. This is about you doing some extraordinary stuff. And by you being extraordinary, you have to do some out of ordinary things. And it's called being disciplined in simple things. Dude, it can be something as simple as going to the gym. Like we saying these things like it's nothing light. If you've never been before, you need to go. Just to go and do something light. Look what some other people do and just do what they're doing. And just do that repetitively for a week. Every other day. You don't gotta be there long. Be for there for an hour and leave. And make sure to wash your butt when you get back. Cause some of y'all a little bit punk sipping my tea. And but it's seriously, you need to be able to do these type of things. We're in a time where it's a lot of weak men and it's a lot of reverse roles. You have men trying to be women, women trying to be men. Whatever your perspective is, your stance on that, hey, that's just you. But I'm just telling you something that ain't clearly the way it's supposed to be. And the rest of the world definitely recognize that. It's just us who's trying to be different in the wrong way. And that's all I'm saying. The further that you go away from God, the further that you go away from base morals, the further that we go away as a country. We're the lowest when it comes to as in not patriarchy. We're the lowest that we ever been in patriotism, as in being a proud American. The furthest we've been away from God, the furthest we've been away from family, the furthest we've been away from health. How many things we want to keep on going further away from until we realize that, maybe what we're doing isn't right. Maybe what we're doing isn't necessarily the right path. Maybe the things that we've been doing for the last 2,000 plus years was the right steps that we are doing. I'm not saying that the past was perfect, but what I'm saying is certain things work, and the things that work you don't fix. And you don't be trying to. You don't get a wheel and you see that it has the car roll and decide, I want to turn that to a triangle. What? Why would you do that? So let's go ahead and let them finish though.
None. This is called the land of opportunity for a reason. And the thing is, man, a lot of you guys sit there, feel bad for yourself. Fuck, man, I can't make money. Or man, the man's holding me down. Or yo, they discriminate against me. Blah blah blah. All this other fuck shit, bro. Listen, there's people that come to this country, guys, that can't speak a lick of English. There's people that die on their journey to come here. I talked to you guys about this before. When I was an agent for Homeland Security Investigations, one of the crimes I investigated was human smuggling, guys. Okay, and the way human smuggling works is basically, right, someone wants to come into the United States, they got to pay a criminal organization to basically facilitate their travel through Mexico so they don't get extorted and robbed by the cartels, etc. Get them to the border. Once they get to the border, they have to cross the river where they got to pay another fee, right? It's called a quota, which I'll break this down on my Fetish channel for y'all, how human smuggling really works, right? Because a lot of people conflate human smuggling and human trafficking, but that's not the discussion. The point is this. During that travel, so many people die, okay? People come from China. People come from the Middle East. People come from Europe. People come from Africa. People come from all over the place. Go into Mexico, fly in, and try to cross into the U.S.-Mexican border through the Rio Grande or through the desert on the other, whether it's through Texas or through California, Arizona, whatever, and they fucking die. Border Patrol agents find dead people in the brush all the time, guys. And that tells you right there that you are afforded an amazing opportunity that people are willing to fucking die and risk everything for. You guys have no excuse in my eyes, man.
Facts.
You guys don't appreciate what you have, which is why I make fun of people all the time, regardless of their race, regardless of their skin color, regardless of their religion, whatever. If you're a failure in the United States, it's your fucking fault, man. It is not the fucking man or the government or whatever. We have all these convenient fucking scapegoats that we can point at. I'm poor because of him. I'm poor because of him. I'm poor because of the president's office. I'm poor because of that. Shut the fuck up. You're poor because of your own bad decision making, which is a combination of what? All the shit we just told y'all earlier. What? Keeping the same people in your circle, not having a good idea but not executing it, talking and not fucking walking, making excuses. All this shit is the reason you're fucking poor and broke. It's not because the man, it's because of you. You know what I'm saying? When you point a finger and say, "Oh, this person is fucked me up," blah, 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 look back at the fucking 3 fingers pointing back at your dumbass, because that's the reality. A lot of you guys are poor and broke because of your own decisions. And let's keep it all the way 1,000. A lot of you guys have a saving problem, but the real issue is a lot of you motherfuckers have an earning problem.
Bam.
I don't care if you got to work a fucking low wage job for a couple months just to get your business off the ground or to use it as a stepping stone to get promoted, whatever it is. As an able-bodied man, you should not be home. You should be working. You should be fucking grinding. You should not be broke. Okay? You should get to a point where you work so much that you don't even have time to spend your fucking money.
Fact.
And if you do spend your money, you don't got to go and check your bank account every 2 seconds. That is the worst feeling ever, bro. Having to go and check your bank account. Do I have enough to make this happen? Oh, let me see if I can swipe this card. No, man. A lot of you guys buy a bunch of stupid shit to impress stupid people that don't give a fuck about you. All right?
Bro, I'll never forget, bro, right?
Yeah,
I had a date with this badass chick, like 9 out of 10, right? Had my credit card with me. It was almost at its limit. I had maybe like $100 left on it, right? Because I had a bad spending habit. I was at the table on the date, right? Had my phone under the table, looking at my account to see if I could afford a meal. It was that bad, bro. Like, it's the worst feeling ever, bro.
Damn.
The worst feeling ever. Deadass.
Getting your card declined, all this other shit, man.
Yep.
Guys, I'm telling you, man, you want to work hard to the point where you don't need to work. If you need to check your bank account when you're doing shit, you don't work enough. You don't make enough money. You need to get out there and make more goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're working a minimum wage job and you got 2 of them bitches or whatever it is, you got to find a way to make more money and cut expenses. If that means you got to take a period of time where you're living with your mom and working a job or 2 or 3, whatever the hell it is,
Fine.
that's fine. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with going back, getting yourself in a stable environment where you can create these income streams that will make you more money. And then the key is, once you make that money, you need to start investing it, not in fucking clothes, not in sneakers, not in fuck shit. You need to invest in things that are going to help you make more money. Okay? Guys, buy assets and not liabilities. Why do you guys think we push you guys so hard with cryptocurrency, real estate. etc.? You know what I'm saying? Guys, you can get into a home with only 3.5% down.
That's what I did.
You know what I'm saying? FHA loan.
Working a $15 job.
He was able to procure himself
$15 an hour.
$15 an hour, bought a fucking triplex, guys. You know, found an amazing deal. Put that 3.5% down, moved in, lived in there for a year, collected rent, got the fuck out, and then put another tenant in there. Now it's a cash flowing property. You bought that house for what? 300-some thousand?
$230K.
$330K. That house is worth what? Like 500-some thousand?
$520 now.
$520. Guys, now with just by saving his money, working a shitty ass job, who's able to save that money up, take 3.5%, put it down on a payment, move into a property. Now he controls that asset with only, how much money did he put down? 15K?
Put on 13K plus closing, like 14K.
14K altogether. 14K, guys, helped him control an asset that now is making him money, appreciating in value over time. And not to mention, he could write off the depreciation and all the fixes on the house. And we talked about depreciation and accelerated depreciation when we had Steven here, which that's how the wealthy stay wealthy. You need to do shit like that, man. You can save up with a minimum wage job and get yourself a fucking a FHA loan to get into a property and live in there and collect rent.
It's funny. People point out our deficiencies, right? They might say, "Oh, you're balding," or "Oh, you can't talk properly." But guess what?
Guess what? Most of everybody else is broke. And this is a prime example towards what he said, because I'm taking this stuff to heart so I can apply it towards my life. But I hope that you're doing the same. He just said that he had a job that was paying $15 an hour, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like the minimum wage now. And $15 an hour, three and a half, 3.4% or whatever to get into the house. You put about 12, 13, $14,000 down with H FH SF whatever H loan, whatever. And simply because he did that, he's able to get triplex, what he said. That's a lot. And he's able to have a cash flowing property. But to go past all that, he's basically just saying is we don't have no excuses to be broke, man. We really don't. Like, you don't have to be super smart. Like, dude, I'm fumbling on words. Like, you don't have to be the brightest thing out there in the book. It's just about what can you become knowledgeable in, who can you know to be able to help you out to do whatever. Because if you just befriend certain people, that give you certain access to be able to do that. You don't need to be no super mathematician. You don't need to have a real estate license and all these different type of things. If that's the way you want to go right ahead. That's all go ahead. That's your path. That's what you want to do. Go ahead. But it doesn't matter what job you want to like that you need. Like a lot of us don't really necessarily want a job, not necessarily because you don't want to work. It's just because what you went to school for, whatever. That's not what you want to do. And hey, man, that's more than fine. That's all right. But what's not all right is you sit down like, dude, I'm young, dude. Like I'm doing a little grinding now, but everything is basically about to be 10 in like a week or two. I don't have a choice. Like it's beyond my power. I don't have a choice but to be at the maximum grind mode as possible. And simply because of that, it's just like, dude, you can get a head start. I'm a young dude, but there's some of y'all who's even younger, who's not even graduated high school yet, or is getting ready to graduate. And there's a lot of different things that you can do right now. Right now, I'm taking initiative. I'm on YouTube here to be able to spread the message to show what we can do. Like, dog, you don't have to be super smart. You don't have to be built a certain way. You don't got to be tall. You don't got to be a certain ethnicity. Dude, you just need to have not even the motivation, just the desire to become better than what you are today. Don't be trying to, like, you want to become that person that you imagine within your mind because your mind is nothing but a blueprint to the unseen. It's like faith. Faith is the evidence of the things that are not seen but yet to come. It's going to come, but you need to have the mindset towards what you want to be. If you are a fat Joe, you big Bessie, whatever. If you one of those, hey, the first thing you can do is be accountable towards where you are. Recognize where you are. Don't hate yourself for nothing for it, but say, okay, this is where I am. Where do I need to be? How can I get there? Who do I need to talk to lose this weight, get stronger, whatever? YouTube is a lot of free information on there, but as simple as you getting a membership, going somewhere, and you just never working with one person, dude, like it's trainers that give free sessions, like first time type of things, and if you see that that's working out for you, you can work out something with them. Like people, like, you'd be surprised, man. Like some people, just by you being a friend, you get stuff for free. Like, be creative. Stop creating excuses. Excuses, they may come out vulgar, but excuses are like buttholes. Everybody has one. Stop making excuses and just get into it. You see what this say behind me? Different camera. You see that happen? What it says behind me? Is it dreams without action or just dreams? From Denzel Washington. It's really as simple as that. You can have a dream all you want, but if you're not having no action, it's not going to happen. It's also biblical as well. Work, it's faith without works. Faith without works is dead. Period. Point blank. You can have all the faith in the world, but if you ain't working for it, it ain't going to happen. You can work for something and not even have too much faith for it, and it still can work out. Isn't that amazing? Just by you putting in the work. Dude, especially as a man, especially if you're a man, you have to put in the work because the only true value that you truly have and possess is the value that you provide. Yes, you gain value as in your character, personality, etc. But as in what we are as men, we're built to be providers. It's been like that from the beginning of time, and it's not going to change. It is biologically in tune within your body. It's within the Bible, it's within the Quran, it's within a lot of different type of religious texts as well towards the natural roles towards what people are, and just biology towards what we are. And that's just what it is. You have to prioritize yourself becoming. You're not going to be technically in your prime statistically until you're like 45. Really, I say 30, 35, between 35 45. but 45 is the point right there. I plan on hitting it a lot earlier, but it makes sense about when you get to 45. That's like going to be like the top, 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 top. You want it like that's going to be the higher peak, apex of your career, or whatever that it may be. And so remember, you don't have to want a certain job. You may not even want to work a job, but if you want to get to a certain place, you need to figure out what can I do, what do I need to get into that I don't have to have a job, so I can live outside of that. And so until you get to that point, you need to go out there and get that 7-Eleven job or whatever that it may be. Do if you don't, I mean, like the factory job, whatever you need to do. Throwing boxes, I don't even care. Amazon delivery, I heard they making bank. Do what you need to do so you can just go ahead and make this money because it's very important, man. And put that money to what matters. Don't be trying to support a whole family and stuff on this stuff. If you don't got kids, don't have no kids until you settle down, as in you ready for that type of stuff, man. Don't go ahead and don't slip up. It's very easy for your money to get taken by some woman that has no good intentions for you because you wanted to slip up and slip up, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. And it's just really that important. It's really that imperative. So I'm not going to keep on ranting on that or anything of that sort. We're on the same journey together. I don't have much, but I have enough to be able to become what I need to become. What's your excuse? And my thing is just like how you got certain people that have certain things, they have them things because they worked for it. And they didn't just do no regular work. Them people they sacrificed. They really did sacrifice the things that they sacrificed the comfort of today so they can have their future tomorrow. Because we realize that self pleasure as in today isn't gonna that's just for today. Then you gotta worry about tomorrow. You worrying about how the heck tomorrow gonna work out. Every day should be like a dream. Every day should be the most beautiful and look the thing you're looking forward to. You should be looking forward to waking up. It's a privilege to wake up. It truly is. We know this, but we don't know this. We don't recognize it like it isn't a privilege. We are born basically as of this moment the best nation in the world, as the United States. And if you're the first world country, period, that's beyond a blessing. But especially here in America, while we have these privileges and everything of that sort, we need to take advantage. I know I am. What about you? So from that, I'm going to basically end this video right here. Of course, tell me one thing that you learned, one thing that you like. Drop it in the comment section below. If you want to connect, if you have any ideas for me, anything about production, as in whatever lighting, recommending cameras, or anything of that sort, or videos of that sort, anything of like that, go ahead, go to my Instagram. That he is 1 billion down below, and go ahead and DM me from that platform by itself. I'm more than happy to be able to collaborate with y'all and be able just to see towards what y'all want more as a people. What's the things that we need to be able to improve on, what you want to be able to talk about, what you want to be able to see here on the YouTube. Of course, comment down below as in one thing you learn like as well, because I love being able to interact with you and just be able to just see your true opinion, because your opinion matters towards this. Because if we don't collaborate with each other, if we don't talk to create instead of talk to disintegrate things, because oftentimes we're on the internet and you see a lot of negative things that's tearing something down and not enough things that are building things up. This is about us becoming strong, powerful people. Because in this world right now, we need strong, powerful men and women. Because men are most powerful when they have a strong woman next to them, and it's the same thing likewise. And we're not going into that independent woman type of stuff, or whatever. That's for another video. That's for a different perspective, etc. But just from this, just know that we need to become as powerful and competent as possible, less dependent as possible, and only dependent on each other, but not completely dependent on each other. Just enough to be able to lift each other up, but to also be a foundation for someone else. Because that's what needs to be done, and that's who we need to be. Excuse me, but we are God's highest form of creation, and that's not going to change. Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter, because it's truth, and truth is objective. So take the feelings out of it and just accept it, that you're not here on accident. Even if you think you was conceived on accident or anything, no matter how you got here, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're here is on purpose, and because you have purpose, and that's the reason. So from that, I appreciate everyone being here. This is That He Is 1 Billion. If you want to follow me, That Is 1 Billion on Instagram. Of course, if you want to recommend anything towards the channel or just want to comment, to be able to give you direct access towards any recommendations, any videos of the sort. We'll be creating things for our community to be able to widen it, and to be able to have more of a basis to be able to get together. This is just a start towards over 1 billion conversations here on this self-developmental channel. So from that, a lot of things are to come. I thank you for being here. I love each and one of y'all. God loves you as well. Know that I'll say something like this through Matthew 7:14 that narrow is the gate and difficult is the path that which leads to life, and there are few who find it. That meaning simply means that this path is a hard path, and it's not going to be easy to go through. But as we go through it, life will be at the end, and it will be worth it. I think that sacrificing today comfort for tomorrow joy can't beat that. So from that, I see y'all, love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.